Alright, now let's see if that is actually, like, loud enough to actually get me talking and see if I actually have the things going here. Okay. I have never played this game before, but I've heard a lot about it. First turnabout. Oh no! Strawberry syrup. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Okay. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2. I am nervous. Because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Well, that is already wrong, because that is, oh, what is that called? There's some, lawyer-client, familiarity. It makes it to where you actually, it's actually illegal in court to actually have a lawyer that knows you personally. Or I think that's something that's true, but I'm not sure. My life, everything, it's all over. Death, despair. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. No. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Uh-huh. Live in a world without her. I can't. Took her away from me, Nick. Who did this? Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Newspapers say it was you. And this is why you don't trust the media. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. Oh, that's an unfortunate name. With a name like that, I'd probably want to die too. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Wow. Just, I want that as a wallpaper. 23 years I've known him. It's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. And I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. But I didn't take the case for free. I am going to be charging him completely. Full price. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom, number 2. Court is now in session. The trial of Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them correctly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant, that would be the guy that I'm defending, Larry Butts. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Mm-hmm. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover. The cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Don't you even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim... of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Cindy. Autopsy report. Time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Okay. Remember to check it off. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. It's the only one that starts with Cindy. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Mm-hmm. That's correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright has just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepted this into evidence. Okay, it's rather heavy. Okay. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court records frequently. It's rather heavy. Okay. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Need to do something real quick. Give me a moment, I will continue here in a moment. Mr. Payne, okay, I am extremely quiet. My mic is extremely quiet. Let's see if I can actually fix that. Put the mic a little bit nearer to me. Prosecution may call its first witness. Okay, I am extremely quiet. My mic is extremely quiet. Let's see if I can actually fix that. Put the mic a little bit nearer to me. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. Alright. It's about as good as I can do right now. Alright. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond in the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easy. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped! She was just taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever! What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day of the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay, arrived in Paris at 7:30, the day of the murder. Day before the murder, okay. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but it did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... roll a die? Okay. Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is relevant to this case. Oof! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to anyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Oh. Well, did you or did you not? Yeah, well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? gonna have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so I didn't see her. Objection, Your Honor. The defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call the witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution calls its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers to the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Frank Sawit? Sawit. Frank Sawit. Sawit. That's funny. That's the dude who did it in the cutscene. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes! Newspapers, yes! Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. When I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Uh-huh. What do I do? Okay. How do I do something here? How do I object? The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimonial like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Why wasn't I able to object? Okay, what, screen shake, vibration. I don't know how to object. Sir, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. This is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony of the witness just gave. He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied on his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence in hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. And I saw the contradiction. He was there at like 1 o'clock, and yet it says that her time of death was like at 4 o'clock. found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay. How do I do that? How do I do that? Gotta be a button or something that I press. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, okay, this is when he's gonna let me go. Selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be left behind the door, half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened, finding myself unable to go inside. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Went to a nearby park and found the public phone. Remember the time exactly, it was one pre... Yep, there we go.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death is sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? I got him sweating. Oh, that. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Solid, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Okay. Witness testimony. Time of discovery. When I found the body, I heard the time. Heard the time, okay. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. On a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Time of discovery. Buddy, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. From noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Boom!
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. This record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem to rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been a shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I saw it. Hear the time. I saw it. Noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. No, it's not going to do it. Murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The table clock in the apartment wasn't there. Murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Objection!
Just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Yeah. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You, with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. What? The neck is a switch. You just hit it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? No, Your Honor, I do not. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, and so, no problem. Are you out of your mind? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all. Couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. He said it himself. He never entered the apartment. Hey, you're right. Weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. The witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove it I went in there. I'll do better that. I can prove that you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sod, the sound must have left quite an impression upon you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Just look at him. Gah! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I saw... Gah! Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely his clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. It certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. Well, we've heard the clock. What is your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely discrepancy between that Mr. Sod heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sod, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! 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 You forgot one thing! Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? You can't prove that. You don't have a case. Court record. Betcha I can. Yeah, it's time zone issues. Uh-huh. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack critical evidence to support your claim. But I have it right here. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. Lawyers are all slime. Nothing I can do about it now. Oh. Not so fast, Mr. Sod. Chief, listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Yes, you can. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have the proof. Right? Can't you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Wait, maybe I can prove it. Let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim without a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see if you can pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Take that! just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order, order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone so complete a defense so quickly. To find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm bad with voices, I guess. At this point, only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sod was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see what people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sod let himself do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sod grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still can't believe I won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! I mean, bad, 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 bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. Won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present? From me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick! Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? You don't have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably needed the clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of that what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Oh, how schmaltzy. Right? Listen, learn, grow, strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink to toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless they count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident, and my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Anyway, I think that's enough Phoenix Wright. My voice is a little tired, but I honestly think this game is pretty cool. I'm going to do a little bit more of it later. Thank you for watching, and